Hey, I'm Sassy. Ready for a badly edited tutorial? This look was made for Mrs. Strike's Instagram challenge Striking Fear Round 2, the Boogeyman. It took me a couple of days to make this mask, but trust me, if I can make it, so can you. There's a few things I would change if I were fully remaking the mask, but I'll get to that later. So this is what you're gonna need. Cotton balls, tons of them. Latex, tons of that. And Q-tips and cosmetic sponges, as well as a disposable bowl. The teeth on the cheeks were sculpted with polymorph plastic, which Max has a ton of tutorials on how to make them, so I'll be skipping that part. And the front teeth were resin teeth that I had gotten off of Amazon, which is completely optional because you can make the front teeth out of polymorph plastic as well, but I wanted to try them out. Now that you have all that, it's on to actually making the mask. You want to lay down a couple of layers of latex before putting any details on because it has to make a base for it. I learned how to make masks from Katakazalma? Katakazalm? Not really sure, I'm so sorry. But check her out because she has taught me everything I've known about any mask making. The quick explanation is focusing on making it strong in the middle and thinning out the layers as it goes towards the end of your face cast. If you make your edges too thick, it's going to be harder to blend. While you wait for your latex to dry, start unrolling your cotton balls. A lot of them. Pause. Learn from my mistakes, putting latex in your hair is not worth good edges. My mask doesn't have good edges everywhere, only in certain areas. That's why my head is in an awkward angle and my hair is messy in the pictures. It's to cover mistakes. I had my mask run under my chin and it had no good connecting points, which is why I don't do it in an angle in which you can see my neck. I also couldn't figure out how to cut out my mouth area, so I could barely breathe and I couldn't really see either. So keep that in mind. This isn't for a long-term wear, don't go to a Halloween party in it. It's kind of just putting it on, taking a 30-minute photo shoot, and taking it off. Back into the tutorial, I focus on blocking out most of my features, my eyebrows, cheekbones, and mouth and chin area, all with cotton and latex. Sorry I'm not completely redoing the mask, but I don't want to use that much latex recreating it. You'll get the idea if you watch Kat's videos. Remember, you need to breathe, so don't completely cover your nostrils. I made the mistake of not making my nostril hole things open enough, so I felt very claustrophobic because remember, I couldn't move my mouth with the mask over it. So I don't have many photos from when I was making the original mask, but they show you what I need to show you. I started with laying a base of cotton and latex all over to make the mask stronger and not able to bend out of shape for when I peeled it. Then I moved to making the mouth, which I did by taking a small strip of cotton on both the top and the bottom lip and soaking it in latex before laying my teeth down. After that dried, I laid another latex soaked cotton strip over and created the gums, using my spatula to create indents between the teeth and making them more stable. It's a little tricky to keep them in place, but don't be afraid to keep on messing with it until you're happy. After that, I did the side teeth, which I did in the same manner as the front teeth. My point is, do all of these things before you do the muscly skin over the eyes, so that the mask flows together rather than the teeth sitting on top. Don't be afraid after the eyes to continue laying strips here and there on the mask to add texture. These also show you that I started with the nose of the mask before moving over the eyes. Now to show you how I made the muscly things. I start by testing out how I want the cotton to sit, then dab latex on the two connecting points. Then I lay the cotton down and press the two ends with the spatula, making sure that it blends into the base of the mask before coating it all in latex. It helps to put more latex on than you originally think you need and makes sculpting easier. I let it dry a little bit before running the blunt end of my spatula to create little grooves into the cotton, and I continue this until all of my nose is covered. I also did some from the nose to the cheek / under the eye area to pull the nose into the rest of my face. Then using the same steps, I start on the eyes, though for over the eyes I use more latex and take more time with creating texture and indents on them. I also used smaller strips of cotton to bring the nose and the eyes together. I'm really sorry because there's really nothing I can say that I can't show you. It's really just repeating the steps and tying the muscles into the overall face. So I'm not very good at explaining this, but I hope that the video can give you the general idea of it. Onto the paint job. I painted the whole mask with alcohol activated paints using the starter palette and the FX palette. These are the colors I used for the whole mask. The general idea of painting the mask is laying down the colors in the indents and edges before spraying alcohol over it so that the paint recedes into the deepest points of the mask, creating this muscly, grimy look that I was going for. You can paint it however you like, you can paint it different colors, it doesn't really matter, it's just that I chose for a reddish brown tone. And that's all I can really say about this mask. Sorry this isn't an in-depth tutorial, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you recreate this, I'd love to see it, so please don't forget to tag me.